Loves, welcome to another episode of Madame's Readings. Yes, I've changed the name from Conversations with Madame to Madame's Readings because I was testing it out. Conversations with Madame, I wanted to be a bigger thing, it's for a bigger project. I wanted to see how the name felt, and I wanted it to be that you are actually having conversations with me. So we're going back to Madame's Readings, which is what we've always said, and that's my even my email address. So that's how you can contact me if you're looking for a reading. But welcome to Madame's Readings, and I'm giving you the weekly reading. This is for the dates of February 24th to March 3rd. Okay, so let's begin. All right, so I'm shuffling the cards on video because I am no longer afraid. I am pulling up and calling all my ancestors to assist me in delivering the truth to my audience. First card that's pulled up is the Tower. I'll show it afterwards, but let me shuffle everything at once. Let me tell you something. I do love card readings. They really bring me back to center. I'm having a lot of issues at the moment because of the way I'm changing, and even the cards are reflecting that. So I'm pulling some clarifier cards now. Should I just fast forward? Okay, this is crazy. Okay, so we have everything now that we need. Oof, these cards are looking gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so the first card that came out is the Tower card. As you can see, I'm trying not to bring it so close so that it doesn't reflect. But the Tower card is the first card that came out, and it's a beautiful card. Even though it looks like this, like calamity and all of that, it's a beautiful card. The Tower talks about a sudden shift, a sudden movement, sudden event, a collapse of something that didn't have strong foundations, right? And it's revealing what is authentic and true. I must give a shout out to my fellow Nigerians. We have our elections going on this weekend. And honestly, that's the first image that came to my mind when I saw the tower. We're voting for someone new to come into presidential power. We're voting for a new party. We want Nigeria to be different. And this tower card is all about the collapse of false authority, false power structure, so that the real, the true, the most secure will reveal themselves. So this week you'll find yourself going through an unexpected event or shift that really shows you what is real in your life and what is not, okay? The things that have shown up to not be real and true may hurt you, yes, but they're helping you in your transformation of self. Okay, this is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords speaks of the shift from an old self to a new self. So these external things are collapsing so that you, the new you, can come out in full bloom. So 10 talks about the closing of a chapter and the beginning of a new one. You are closing up this chapter with your old self and beginning a new chapter as a new person. And I must affirm that because I myself am finding myself thinking about the limitations, the doubts, the old ways of thinking that an old self or my old self was thinking, all right, or being or embodying. And I feel those things coming up to be released. So I feel as though yes, I'm also feeling me saying goodbye on a subconscious level to an old version of me. Okay, with this 10 of swords here. Like I said, 10 is a card of ego death. And this card, I'm going to put my face in between. We have the tower, we have the yes. So the tower happens here because there's this sudden shift, there's a sudden like upheaval in your life, and this leads to a change of self, a change of perspective, a change of embodiment. You are shifting from an old ego identity to a newer, more empowered one, and you must you're not even ready for what is coming up. This high priestess is showing up, and this is the energy that you're trying to embody, okay? So the high priestess is showing up. I'm putting it like this so you can see it the best way that you can. So the high priestess is showing up. What does the high priestess mean? The high priestess is a highly intuitive figure tapped into the mysteries of life, the occult, the things that are hidden. They have two pillars, a black pillar and a white pillar, representing the balance between their shadow self and their light self, okay? The high priestess is deeply in tune, has perception of the best perception. Number one, vivid dreams. They receive prophecies in dreams. This card is in reverse because I think that the women in my collective, the healers, the seers, the nurturers, the medicine women, they are finding themselves stepping into this role even more. They're embodying a new self, a new sense of self. Their old selves are stripping away because they are now realizing that this world that they're living in, this world, it's not their world. They're meant to create a new world. They're meant to come forth as who they really are, to change the world for the better. And I feel like this week is a week that prompts you to tap into your intuitive abilities, to refine your intuition, to get closer to yourself, to pay more attention to your dreams, because we're in Pisces season, right? All of this is happening in order for you to be the best version of yourself. A lot of us women, I feel as though we actually have, it's our birthright, it's our purpose to be high priestesses, the energy of the high priestess. What a high priestess is to you, right? We're meant to use our high perception and our capabilities and abilities to help the world. So I feel as though this week is a week in which all your internal wisdom is coming out to be seen. The version of you that you were in the past was hiding. Now you're feeling called to step into the light. And this card, the high priestess, is affirmed by the emperor card, right? The emperor speaks of stepping into your power. It speaks of personal power. It's an Aries card. We're entering March, and very soon Aries season will begin. The emperor is a leader, a ruler. The emperor knows themselves. The emperor is an inspiring person. The emperor leads from truth, authenticity. You Part of your authentic identity is you being a high priestess, is you sharing your gifts and your abilities, is you being in your power, and possibly having a male partner that steps in to actually uh, enable you to materialize these gifts. That's a possibility, or this may just be you. The high priest, the emperor, also showing up for me represents this thing of healing father wounds. I think father wounds may be coming up a lot more. Attachment styles are coming up as well. Possibly the way you relate to romantic relationships or partnerships is coming up as well, because there's this thing of partnership. You may be seeking a partner, so you're more aware of the blocks and the wounds that may be hindering this partnership. But one thing that this week is bringing is for you to really secure in yourself, because by securing in yourself, you're able to heal certain wounds that may have been holding you back, and therefore be a better expression of yourself. So I see that happening. All right. It's crazy because you have the Two of Cups here. The Two of Cups speaks of a soulmate reconciliation, but it's in reverse. Once again, I'm feeling you reuniting with, or becoming balanced within. This high priestess within you is coming to terms of uniting with the divine masculine, the emperor, on the external version, or the external version of you, right? This change is happening in order for you to be a more balanced person. So when I see the Two of Cups, which is also like a lover's card, the Two of Cups is speaking of two people coming together to reunite, but it could also speak of you reuniting internally with your internal self, like your masculine and feminine side coming together, your highly intuitive side and your warrior side, your masculine side coming out, being the best version of you, right? You are attaining some form of emotional balance this week, right? And possibly, there may be a divine partner that is coming forth this week as well, because this is a reconciliation card. It's in reverse, yes. It speaks of certain delays. I think this has to clear first before this reconciliation happens. Secondly, I think you also have a lot of power within you. You're supposed to root in your power, like be secure in your power. You're supposed to step into this high priestess energy if you're not already stepping into it. With the Two of Cups, like I said before, incoming reconciliation, incoming reuniting with someone, all right? But first of all, you're reuniting with your best self. And the card that confirms this is the World card, right? It's dark, so you can't really see everything, but that's okay. The World card speaks of an upgrade, a graduation. So I feel as though there's a connection that is graduating to another level. There's also this level up in your sense of self. You're feeling a lot better about who you are, and therefore are up leveling. The World card says, as above, so below. Okay, what you've been trying to manifest, dreams that you've been trying to manifest, are now making themselves seen and known in the material world, because you've you've reunited with the self, with the version of you, or with the aspect of you that brings these things to life, the masculine version of you. You're no longer just hanging in the ethereal. you're able to anchor down your dreams. And this week, you're going to start seeing more things happening. The world, it speaks of a promotion, it speaks of a level up. Something big is happening this week that shows that you're leveling up in life, that shows that you're becoming a better version of yourself, that shows that your life is changing. All right. I feel like there's an increase in status or authority, there's a leadership position coming in, there's a work thing coming in, maybe there's an opportunity to be seen even more. There's an opportunity to step into more leadership. There's an opportunity to shine. There's something coming up for you this week that is just something that you've never seen before. And it may have to do with a partner, because here I am seeing the sun card, right? Forget about the cards if you can't really see the cards, because at the end of the day, let me be honest with you, my face makes up for it, okay? So when you see the sun as the overall energy, the sun is confirming that, honey, this week it's a new beginning for you because you're starting a new chapter. Your inner child is coming out to be seen. You know, the full moon in Leo that we discussed in the first video. It's like you're becoming anew, like a child once again. Like there's this inner child healing that is coming up. That childlike spirit, that pure spirit of yours is coming out to be seen. And I think you're finding a partner that is exactly like that. This week is the week that you start to see seeds that you've previously planted starting to harvest. This week is the week that you start to see things that you touch turning into gold. This week is the week that you start to see success blooming in your abilities, in the things that you've been doing in your community and for yourself. You're a queen, you're a high priestess, you're somebody that is inspiring people by being your best self, and you shouldn't stop it. You're a badass, you know, and I feel more than ever that your masculine and feminine energy are really coming together to anchor in this whole version of you, this best version of you. So don't be afraid to show up as who you want to be. You are a badass, and the sun showing up is really saying that yes, maybe an event happens that causes things to shake and shift, right? But the things that come out of that event are so much better. And the things that come out are things that would enable us to be able to navigate through this new chapter better than we would have if we didn't strip ourselves of the old us to embrace this new self with better ideologies, with limitless beliefs, with strength and courage, with trust in ourselves and in our abilities. All right. So, yes, there may be this illusion of loss, but did you really lose anything? When what has been lost has made space for what is real and true. Think about that. Thank you. I hope the messages resonate, and see you next week. Bye.